Welcome to Africville. Officially founded in 1840, Africville is located near the Bedford Basin in the north end of Halifax. It existed in the early 1800s, when many of whom were slaves escaped to Canada or were black loyalists from the War of 1812. Africville was home to over 400 residents from 80 different families. In the late 1800s, the land was sold to black families. People of Africville had dignity and were self-sufficient. However, in 1905, the city of Halifax opened a dump site and incinerator next to the community. In early 1940, the city council, seeing the community as a problem, the city wanted the land for railroads because it intersected with surrounding communities. In 1947, plans to turn Africville into industrial land were approved by Halifax City Council. This meant residents would leave and have to be relocated. They said it was a bad place, but for many residents, it was home. The city continued to use the area as an industrial site with a nearby waste treatment facility. This led to poor health conditions for the community, and the community began to deteriorate. At this time, it was increasingly hard for residents to get legal titles. All the while, residents continued to pay their taxes, despite the city of Halifax not providing basic infrastructure such as proper running water, sewage system, paved roads, and lights. In 1953, the school of Africville was closed by the city and children were transferred to larger schools. At a public meeting in 1962, Africville residents strongly opposed relocation, preferring the city improve the existing community rather than relocate. The council voted to relocate Africville residents. The first land was bulldozed in 1964, and lot by lot, homes were destroyed over the course of 5 years. Africville residents found the homes they bulldozed without knowledge or permission. Some only had a few hours' notice to gather their belongings. This left the black community lost, while feeling a sense that their independence was evaporating and human rights violated. The city brought in dump trucks to move residents and their belongings. What message does that send to the greater society about their value? In the spring of 1967, the church was destroyed in the middle of the night. In 1969, the final properties were demolished, and the last of 400 residents left. Residents were given less than $500 compensation to leave. This was an example of a black community being destroyed, an example of the city having no regard for human life. Many residents moved into housing in urban cities where drugs and crime started to occur. This divided the community and caused fights among black people. Africville was eventually called Seaview Park. In 1982, the first Africville reunion happened in Seaview Park. In 1997, the city of Halifax changed the name to Africville Park. In 2010, the church that once stood in the Africville was rebuilt and is now a museum that tells the history of Africville and its people. This incident in Africville became one of the most severe episodes of racial discrimination in Canadian history. Despite how the people of Africville were treated, their resilience and spirit lives on.